Hey guys, Doran here, CEO Culture Matters. So I'm sitting here, I'm looking at what I was going to talk about next here at Rob, and he said something interesting. It was a question about what the world's going to look like in business in the next 20 years, like a tribal, what were you saying, Rob?
Tribal-oriented culture.
Tribal-oriented culture. Can you explain what you mean?
Like Apple versus PC, Republican versus Democrat on social media.
And how is that going to, and how business is going to start what? Getting more what? How's it going to affect business? How do you think? Like, what's scaring you right now? What are you seeing that's happening? So I want to talk. I have an idea.
The influence of social media for creating brands for people.
Got it. Okay, so that's something I've been thinking about a lot. The influence of social media. So let's first clarify this. Social media. Before they kicked me out of school for not showing up, I learned that in math class, whenever something is more than 50%, you round up, right?
Correct.
Okay. I was watching Gary Vaynerchuk talk about this, and it made perfect sense. If more than 50% of the internet is social interaction, then there's no such thing as social media. It's called the current state of the world, like the current state of the internet. It's called that marketing and sales are no longer together. Like it used to be easy. You just put your ad on a billboard, right? You put your sales pitch on a billboard, and you knew people would see it. But people aren't looking at the billboard anymore. People have control over what they buy because of what? Information. One bad review, they ain't buying it, and that's all over the internet. And they have control over what they choose to have their attention on, meaning is it on Snapchat, is it on Facebook, is it on Instagram? So let's just get that clear. Now, what is that control done? Oh, people also are allowed to go on YouTube and do exactly what I'm doing now. 20 years ago, it would have been impossible for me to get the thoughts that are in my head that may be able to solve some problems for somebody that may not know what we're talking about, right? It would have been impossible. The only way I would have been able to do it was write 1 million books and call 1 million people and hope that I could put together some kind of speaking tour, get in a bus and freaking go everywhere. I don't have to leave my house if I don't want to voice my beliefs and share my culture with others. So let's just get that straight. What does that mean? Call me a futurist, call me whatever you want. Based on Moore's Law, tech doubling like it has, and our attention being fixated on it. Because remember, technology doesn't double unless your attention's on it, meaning it's not like we were doing much getting to Mars before Elon Musk decided to put attention on it. It's just like technology doesn't just double. It doubles if you have your attention. So what does that mean? Dude, the future is like, people are just going to be able to, the future is like multi-level marketing, kind of like, that's the future of the job. It's like the job of the future. Not to say that it's the way it should be. It's just, think about it. If everyone's on the internet, and already all these brick and mortar companies, because of globalization, they don't have the operating capital to sustain growth with all those expenses, having all these people in offices. I just saw a real estate company that's inventing a way that you never even have to go to a real estate office. It's called EXP. They already have 3,000 agents. And you never have to go to a real estate office. It's all online. It's all virtual reality is where they're going. Well, what's that going to do? Dude, that's going to give everyone the ability and the power to be their own brand, to sell things to themselves. So when I'm looking at business in the next 20 years, I'm looking at, and this is something I read from the Singularity book by Ray Kurzweil. What's going to happen is in the next 100 years, from 2000 to 2100, is more advancement than it would normally take 2,000 years. Is like his assumption or assertion based on science, statistics, math, numbers, and looking at things where people aren't looking at. So how does this affect you? Like, how does this affect any of us? It's really simple. Today or yesterday, I decided to stop making excuses and get on Snapchat and actually use the dang thing, because it's more efficient to take a video on Snapchat, download it, put it out to that consumer market, add value to them, take the same video and put it on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, all the other platforms, and what am I doing? I'm killing 5 birds with 1 stone. You've always got to be ahead of the curve in the information age, and in the future, the individual will have the power, because of their own brand, to sell products, to be their own business, and you're seeing it now. And to answer your question, Rob, we don't know exactly what it's going to look like in 20 years, but we know it's not going to look like anything it looks like right now. And we're not going backwards. Like, we're not all going to adopt horses again and drive those. So we're not going to all go back to the old way of corporation. it's already dead. So I hope this was of value to you. I hope it got you thinking a little bit outside the box about your future, about how important in the information age, well, to utilize information and start learning and start being curious and start figuring out how can you be ahead of the curve. Because those who don't get ahead of the curve, that's like being, you see those movies where the tsunami's coming, it just like wipes everybody off. Can't even sleep at night. I hope this is of value to you guys. This is Jay Doran, CEO of Culture Matters, and I hope you guys have a great day.